All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain on how one company, Dzec, is planning to tackle a multi-billion-dollar problem that's been hiding in plain sight in the real estate industry. We're going to walk through their strategy for using AI to completely change the game for every agent out there.
Okay, so everything we're about to dig into really comes down to this one simple question. This single statistic isn't just some random number. It's like the key that unlocks this huge weakness in the whole real estate market. And it all boils down to one thing: speed. So this brings us right to the heart of the problem, what we're calling the agent's dilemma. You see, for agents, every single day is this constant, high-stakes race against the clock.
So get this. This is the expectation. Less than 5 minutes. I mean, we live in this on-demand world, right? When a potential buyer clicks that contact agent button, a stopwatch starts in their head, and they expect an answer, like right now.
Okay, but here's the reality. 6 to 12 hours. While that customer is sitting there waiting, the agent's out there doing their job. They're in a meeting, showing a house, maybe it's 10 p.m. and they're asleep. And in that huge gap between expectation and reality, that lead just disappears. Poof, gone.
So how much money are we actually talking about here? How big is this lost opportunity? A staggering $2.4 billion every single year. This isn't just about a few missed phone calls. This is a massive, industry-wide hemorrhage of potential income.
And look, let's be super clear. This is not because agents are lazy or bad at their jobs. They are completely and utterly swamped. I mean, imagine this. For every 12 to 15 deals they actually close, they're juggling over 200 different inquiries. And 80% of their time spend on prospects that aren't even serious. Then you factor in all the calls they miss after hours and the fact that most don't have a good follow-up system. It's a perfect storm for burnout and, well, losing a ton of money.
So, how in the world do you solve a problem this big? Well, Dzec's answer is pretty brilliant. It's not just one tool. It's a whole team of specialized AI assistants. Think of them as experts that literally never need to sleep. Okay, let's meet the first member of this AI team, Lead Capture Pro. This is the AI that's on the front line. Its entire mission is super simple but absolutely crucial. Make sure no lead ever falls through that 5-minute crack we just talked about. And just listen to what this AI is actually doing. This is so much more than just a generic "we got your message" auto-reply. In seconds, it introduces itself. It asks the most important qualifying question right up front: are you already working with an agent? And then it immediately pushes to set the next step. Now imagine that happening 24/7 within seconds of every single person reaching out.
And the business impact, it's immediate and it's huge. You're talking a 300 to 500% improvement in how fast you respond, which directly leads to a 45 to 60% increase in actually converting those leads into clients. The system pays for itself, according to their numbers, in just 60 to 90 days. That's an incredible return.
All right, next up is the second AI agent, Showing Scheduler Pro. And this one tackles that one task that, let's be honest, everybody hates: the back-and-forth nightmare of trying to schedule a showing. It just automates the whole thing. And the numbers here are pretty mind-blowing. You save 65% of the time you used to waste just coordinating schedules. No-shows drop by 40%, probably because of the smart automated reminders. But this is the kicker. It saves the average agent over 80 hours a month. That's 2 full work weeks of time they get back to focus on closing deals. That's a game changer.
Okay, but the work isn't done just because a deal is closed, right? What happens after? That's where the third AI, Relationship Builder Pro, steps in. Its whole job is to take that list of past clients and turn it into a predictable source of new business. And this is where it gets really smart. This isn't just some generic "hope you're well" email blast. No, the AI actually calls them with specific, valuable information about their biggest investment, their home. By giving them something of real value, it keeps that agent top of mind for the next time they or their friends need to buy or sell.
So what does this do for the bottom line? Well, the impact is massive. Dzec's projections show this creates a huge jump in referrals, leading to something like 8 to 12 extra deals a year for every single agent. It basically turns a dusty old client list into a money-making machine.
All right, so the technology is obviously super powerful. We get it. But you and I both know that a great product is totally useless if you don't have a smart plan to get it into people's hands. So let's look at Dzec's game plan for winning the market. So the first thing they did was size up the competition. And they realized their big advantage wasn't just being another chatbot or a clunky CRM. No, their superpower is that they are laser-focused on real estate. Their conversational AI is better, and, this is key, they handle the entire life cycle of a lead, from that first click all the way to a future referral.
So, their rollout plan is this really smart 3-phase attack. Phase 1, get in there, prove the concept with tech-savvy agents in the biggest cities. Phase 2, once it's proven, scale up fast by partnering with the big names, the Keller Williamses and Remaxes of the world. And finally, Phase 3, go for market dominance by adding even more advanced stuff like predictive analytics. Basically, corner the market. So, you've got the problem, you've got the slick AI solution, you've got the competitive analysis, and a solid go-to-market plan. After looking at all of that, what was the final call from Dzec's leadership?
You know, when they laid it all out, the business case was just a slam dunk. The market is huge, something like $87 billion. They could reuse 75% of the AI tech they already had. They had a clear shot at being the first ones to do this right, and it was a fantastic way for the company to branch out beyond what they were already doing.
So, in the end, the recommendation was about as simple and clear as it gets. It was a decisive go, a full-on green light to charge into the real estate market.
And that really leaves us with a much bigger question to think about. You know, real estate has always been seen as a business built on human connection and relationships. If AI can start to master the complexities of an industry like this, it really makes you stop and wonder, what part of our own professional lives is it going to streamline next?